1800s, an extraordinary group of soldiers broke ranks, defied the US Army and chose to fight for a foreign land. They became known as the San Patricios or St. Patrick's Battalion, an Irish unit that sided with Mexico in the Mexican-American War. The San Patricios were primarily Irish migrants who had come to the United States in search of a better life. The 1840s were difficult times for the Irish, many of whom were escaping poverty and famine back home. But upon arriving in America, they faced intense discrimination, religious discrimination, and economic hardships. Despite being promised better opportunities, they were often treated as outsiders, facing both religious discrimination for their Catholic faith and anti-Irish sentiment. Many Irish immigrants found a source of income in the US Army, where they enlisted to make a living, but the harsh reality of military life and the treatment they received from American commanders often led to disillusionment. In 1846, the United States declared war on Mexico, seeking to expand its territory. The Irish soldiers found themselves marching to fight the Catholic nation that shared their faith, against orders from a Protestant-led US government. This created a moral dilemma for many who began questioning their role in the war. Reports from the time indicate that Irish soldiers felt they were fighting not only against their conscience, but also on behalf of a government that did not treat them as equals. For some, the promise of freedom and equality in the United States rang hollow when they looked at how Mexican Catholics were viewed as enemies. Driven by a sense of religious solidarity and discontent with the US Army, many Irish soldiers began deserting. They found welcome and purpose across enemy lines, where they were recruited by Mexican forces as the Battalion de San Patricio or St. Patrick Battalion. Under the command of John Riley, a former US Army soldier of Irish descent, the Patricios quickly became known for their fierce fighting skills. They wore green, carried banners adorned with Irish symbols, and brought a new level of intensity to the Mexican side of the conflict. The San Patricios fought bravely in key battles such as Buena Vista and Churubusco. At Churubusco, they made a heroic last stand against US forces. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, they held their ground with an almost legendary defiance, earning the respect of their Mexican comrades and opponents alike. Ultimately, many San Patricios were captured by the US Army. They faced court-martial, where they were sentenced to harsh punishments, including whipping, branding, and hanging.